Hey, what's up? This is Dillio T2K coming to you with a new video. This is an interview of Sak Pase at the most recent ATL beat battle. Shout out to Jasmine and her crew. In this video, we got some great bullet points and stuff like that. I just want to ask you guys to please subscribe. Also follow me on Twitter. Also follow ATL Beat Battle on Twitter as well. The addresses will be on the video during the interview. So without further ado, I know this is what you want to see, so let's go straight to it.
Passion for music, it's built over from my childhood. Like, I just found myself always interested in who did this record and how this sounded. I grew up in a Haitian household, so there's always music going. Feelings that I got watching my mom listen to the music and the fun that we had turned into a passion to create it. And my process, there's really not a particular, step in how I create. I normally get to the studio, I try to get there like 12. I might start with the drums first, I might start with the melody line that I might have an idea for. So don't change placements. You're gonna hear way more no's than yes. And if what you base how successful you are is by these placements, you'll actually never take the time out to get passionate with the music. Like when we were doing the music, we weren't trying to chase placements. Like we really love to do music, you know what I'm saying? And I think the worst thing that you do is chase placements, because if you chase placements, you're gonna judge your music off of what this person did. You're competing with somebody who's not competing with you. You know what I'm saying? And if you drown yourself in the love of it, you'll get to where you gotta go when you get there. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's one of the biggest mistakes that people in the industry, they spend all these hours and they go to these type of venues to try to catch a break. You're blessed with a gift to create music. You have to be passionate about it. And if you just think I'm gonna make 50 beats today just to try to catch a break, you're missing. The reason why I've gotten to where I've gotten is because I stopped chasing placements. Focus on the craft, man. Fall in love with it. You know what I'm saying? If you gotta push yourself past any and everything that you've accomplished. Like I've worked 100 times harder in the past 3 months than the 10 years it took me to get to that moment. You gotta have a love for it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have love, you gotta have faith. Like again, I said, you're gonna hear more no's than yes. I'm not here to chase placements, man. I wanna make great music. I'm in love with the process of making it. I've been fortunate enough.
So there's one other record I wanna play that I'm sure everybody's heard. One of my crushes, Miss Rihanna, one of the biggest pop stars in the game. Another great record to have been a part of. Rihanna is like world music. She's bigger than just here. And for Rihanna to be able to take your music around the world, that's huge. So let's get into that.
I just didn't want to do everything I just want to do something new for her, or something that people haven't heard in a minute. If you make a good record, it'll always have a home. We were just working on music, non-stop, and I was trying to figure out like what would make, a crowd like a 30,000, people like in a room watching Rihanna after she just performed Umbrella. Reggae music Caribbean music has a way of making people all feel together. Run, pop, man down, and then I stopped it. I was like, that's it. He wrote it, and the funny thing is a couple people, reps from the label, they came in and was like, we not trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, okay, cool, because somebody's gonna take it. And then like three or four months later, and then I found out like it was her favorite song. That's what they look at her as anyway, you know what I'm saying? And I was blessed with the fact that she loved the record and it was received well. I remember getting calls from DJ Enough. They're like, yo, this record, like before the label made it a single, they were running it and it was killing New York. And so, God he had his hand on it and it did what it did. Number one, make sure your legal game is right. A lawyer might be costly now, but it's a lot more costly when you find out that you can't get a $300,000 contract because of bad paperwork. You gotta believe in yourself. It takes 10 years, period, to get it. It just takes 10 years. A lot of it is you learn like your chops up, man. You're learning the business, number one. You're learning how to be successful in an environment where everything is working against you. Business is 90% business and 10% music. Keep going, man. Like, have faith. Like, that's been my anchor in my career. My faith in God. Everyone around me told me it actually makes more sense for you to stop. You can get a pub deal and be miserable because, like, it's no different to me than trying to get a placement. Like, the publishing deal that you want is when they're like, who wrote this? Saying, I want a pub deal and listen to my songs, that doesn't mean anything to them. Just life in general, you have to be working on getting better. See what's going on around you. If you notice that this person's drums are crazy and they beat way harder than yours, you need to work on the drumming. If you notice that this person's melodies and top lines are dope, you need to work on your top line. Recognize like, yo, his drums are pattern, or that sample was dope, and like this is a perfect opportunity to learn from other people. You know, I've sat in a room and I was trying to learn what Kanye was doing. You know, I sat in a room and watched what Boy Wonder did, and I honestly feel like in just a week, I've improved, you know, on my production.
Dillio T2K.